Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Tavern Tales. I don't salty stories, side stories. I don't know what we're gonna call these, something like that. But
I
for
like the
our
salty stories.
the salty stories, but for Salt Marsh Adventure, while Fang is still MIA with family stuff, so we thought we'd do some Tavern Tales for these two, like we did for the main campaign. Of course, it's F and blue to my this over here, um, who both play in it. But yeah, not a lot of combat happened in these first two episodes. We're gonna cover both of them in this. A lot of combat, some role play at the beginning of the first one, some role play in between the others, but really a lot of we just murdered shit in the first.
Yeah, a lot of combat, and exploration, trying to find they're finding secrets. We definitely missed some some
Mhm.
things.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, but yeah, it started off. So we started the story. We started this adventure with me, my character Jules, yours Ingvar, and Toddle the turtle.
Which is
All
Carter Swift. Well,
yeah,
faded.
faded. Carter Swift faded. Same person. It's the same person.
Yeah.
Uh, he all knew each other, and then Drogos. I don't want to say Drogos now. I just messed up. Golden and Chap as his character as Magnus.
I think it's
Uh,
Magnus. We,
Magnus
we
had
keep
devised
calling.
this intro.
I think we keep calling him Mags, and that's going to throw us off.
Yeah, Mags is definitely easy to remember. But I kind of remember his full name. Just like I'm sure no one remembers that my dude's name was Julian. And yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, I did not give Gingvar I gave him like a titled last name, but no one's ever going to remember that.
Hey, I mean that's what so that's what I did for Lennox. I mean Lennox has a title for his last name. He's Lennox of the Wild Fae. Pride, I guess you would put it in. Um but yeah, but he came rolling in. They had this whole intro set up where he had a song, like a literally an intro song to our group as he comes riding on this horse.
Which I,
Um
by the way, did barely heard any of that myself. So
Yeah, he played the tell everybody I'm on my way. He played that song as he came rolling on a horse. I was just like, what the hell is happening? I don't think we have the rights to that song. I don't know if we could do that, but we did. We did it. Um but yeah, gosh. I think all our characters. I like this adventure because I think in the other one, in the actual campaign, we kind of were a little bit like we have some fun, but we also kind of made our characters in some seriousness to it. Where in this one, I feel like we all in the mindset of, or maybe not me. I kind of added some seriousness to my character, but that it's like, you know what, this is for fun. Especially Fade and Chat, they're like, let's just have fucking fun. Because Fade again is a barbarian turtle named Toddle that speaks super slow, and then you have Chap, who's Magnus, who is this warlock shadow sorcerer prince from the Shadowfell, but he's super flamboyant, super high energy. Um, he's like a Disney prince. That was his inspiration. He wanted to be a Disney prince or
and,
princess, but as a prince. It was great.
and you are our edge lord.
I am the edge lord. I am the shady, the shade. Like you're like I am Viking warrior. You play the bro, and I'm very much like the shady, like I'm here to make some money. Like I'm not here to make friends. Um, but yeah, we have that intro, and then they find out as a group. At least definitely Jules. Jules was like he finds out. Oh, you're a prince. You come from royalty who are rich. Yeah, you stay with us. We'll protect you. And how about the end of this for protecting you? Just pay us a protection fee. Um, Now I know me as the player knows that that's not gonna pan out for Jules, but Jules doesn't know that. Jules is expecting a big payout for this. So
Yeah, Yingvar is kind of money's good, but he doesn't fully expect. He doesn't even fully believe that his story of his mother's is real. Honestly, he just realized that okay, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to need some protection.
well, and again, let's talk about this mother's thing. His character is so extra. Homeboy has literally he calls it a magic mirror, but basically has like the iPhone 11 on him, FaceTiming his mom's, taking pictures and shit. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is going on here? The whole time we're doing everything. Um, But yeah, we'll see more. I want to see more of his character. I can't wait for him. He definitely is like the comedic effect right now of our group. His character in general. Um, but basically we made it town. So our characters kind of like met together. We head to Salt Marsh, which is this seaport pirate haven in this area. And we went there. I think he told us that we knew there was rumors of money to be made, like of treasure and stuff hidden in this area.
I think he said that we've heard rumors of the house that we were
Okay. All right, so we heard rumors of the haunted house. That's what it was. And so we went there looking for more information. We went to a empty tavern at first where there was no one in there. And then we went to, after we realized that was a bust, we went to a busier tavern, which is where we should have gone to the first place. And that's where we got more info.
I think the first tavern was like a hangout spot for fishermen, but all the fishermen were still at work at that point. So
something like that. He tried to explain that to us afterwards. Yeah, that was like, hey, by the way, this is why it's empty because this time of day and stuff. And we're like, we didn't know that. We're new in town.
The other one seemed to be the more just general livelier place where more shady people went, I guess.
My kind of people. That's where definitely Jules' kind of people
go
to hang. I definitely plan on spending more time in that tavern as Jules. We'll see once we finally get out of this house. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So we went here. And for one, we're finding out that, again, Mags for short, has no idea what money is. No idea. Like, completely has never heard the concept of paying for things in his life or currency.
No, I think he's mentioned he tried to pay with souls at several points.
Oh yeah, with souls, yeah.
And we're all just like, that doesn't work here.
And interesting. Oh, speaking of like, I was thinking of the souls thing. It's very interesting that our group concept. We perfectly down the line is 2 spellcasters and 2 heavy melee. I mean, you have some magic, obviously, as a paladin, but it's 2 heavy melee people and 2 spellcasters. So
yeah, let's be honest. I'm a paladin. I don't got spell slots. I got smite slots.
Smite machine.
Yeah, damage bonus. I didn't even take cure wounds. I'm like, if I gotta heal people, I'll use lay on hands, which I haven't used lay on hands on anybody but myself because I'm the one getting hit.
But I mean, I feel like in the end, that means you're doing your job, though. You're like, hey, I'm tanking like I should. I'm doing my job.
Yeah. So our barbarian boy over there, he usually shrugs off most things that do hit him with that rage. That rage is so good. Yeah, so so for him. He's got that like calm rage going on.
I'm upset. Like more or less, it's like that dad doesn't get yell at you. He just goes, "I'm disappointed," and you're just like, "Ah."
And he keeps like putting in those really weird one-liners whenever he kills somebody.
It's great. I love it.
We were at
Steve. We got to the town to get more information, and we talked to, we didn't even remember his name. His name was Steve. And he was the guy that told us that the house is haunted. There's banshees. They drove him out. He ran away for his life. He was terrible.
Because he was a coward.
Yeah, he was a coward. Which I think before we went in, we kind of knew it was haunted. But like, he's the only person that actually was like had firsthand.
Or at least he says it was haunted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said it was haunted.
And then you tried to cheat him at cards.
Man, I tried to cheat him at cards. Not him or someone else. I forget who it was. I tried to cheat him at cards.
I swear it was the same guy, but it could have been someone different.
And then he caught me cheating, but then I did threaten him to let me win anyway.
You caught him cheating despite the fact that you were supposed to be proficient at this.
Yeah. I kind of have my one job, and I didn't do the one job, which is never okay. And then also all kinds of things that happened there. We got information. Magnus got drunk, so all that stuff happened.
It should be pointed out that don't quite remember how he got the alcohol, but
I'm pretty sure we bought it for him. I'm pretty sure we bought it for him. At least I think I bought it for him.
But Chap was like, before I do this, you should all know that Mags has never drank any alcohol before in his life, and then proceeded to immediately drink the alcohol and fail his con save, giving us our first taste of drunk Magnus.
That's how, like, Jules is chaotic evil. So I mean, again, he's looking out for himself, but again, anytime he loves to cause chaos like that.
Which is a good example of why this whole series is kind of a less serious. Most DMs don't allow evil characters.
I told him, yeah, it works well with his character, with his backstory that's set up for him. Which I mean, if I plan on using him again, it's kind of a test run to see some things if I like it, but his backstory, it works very well that he's evil. He isn't evil for the fact he loves to cause pain, but evil for the fact of he will do whatever it takes to take care of himself. Like he's not above doing anything to take care of himself. So I kind of feel like that leans him more toward evil because there's not a line that's drawn for him.
We'll see when the time comes for the evil shit to be done, whether you do that evil shit or not.
Anyway, so yeah, we got the race. So we finally headed to the haunted house. Which, by the way, Tuttle left. We gambled in everything. Tuttle left because he was tired of waiting, and we still caught up to him because he's so slow. We literally just walked. We're like, all right, here you go. Finally caught up to him. But we got to the haunted house, and the dude was like, yeah, I went through the back door. And so I thought that's what we were gonna do, but we were just like, nah, just go right through the fucking front door. Forget it. We're just gonna go straight in.
Yeah, no one stopped the barbarian and the paladin. We're just like sneaking. What?
What's sneaking?
Which turned out to be fine. There was no one immediately in the house.
Yeah, we walked in. House is totally a wreck. Like total episode of Hoarders. Just shit everywhere. Shit's broken.
Definitely, and, it's an abandoned, like falling apart mansion on top of a cliff.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he said it was like on top of a cliff.
On top of a hill or something. It's something. We had to walk up it. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
And as we're looking through the house, we're looting. We're not finding much stuff. We found a couple. I think we found I don't think we found much until finally.
That first episode, we got to that foyer, and then we're like, which way do we go? And Tuttle immediately went left. So we're like, I guess we're going left.
Yeah.
Check out all the rooms there.
I think Faded's taking full advantage that he's not playing a rogue at this point because he's like, it's a rogue. I usually have to hide so I don't die super fast. But now as a barbarian, I don't give a fuck. I'm just walking straight into shit. I'm just going.
I can just face check every room.
And so we go into the kitchen. I think it was the kitchen. It was something.
No, the left. There was a couple hallways, a couple rooms, which there was almost nothing in there except we did find that that one room had some potentially pricey books we took.
Oh, that's right.
We ended up in a more open room, which I can't remember what the fuck that room was actually supposed to be.
It was a dining room. It was something. It was a bigger room.
We found a trap door under a carpet.
Yes, and then I think when we opened it or when we got close to the trapdoor, that's when like some voice came out of nowhere and said, welcome and like prepare to die. And still no ghost though. It was just a voice. There was no ghost.
Yingvar got excited that was potentially a ghost because Yingvar really wants to hit a ghost.
Bring it. I want to see it. I want to fight a ghost.
However, as we will soon find out, this dream of Yingvar's doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah, because we go downstairs. We go downstairs, and there's just a bunch of fucking smugglers just hanging out, just ready to go. And we're like, oh, well. Yep. So then goes stairs. Oh, which we totally forgot, too. I forgot. Since Magnus was drunk, and Jules did not want Magnus to get hurt, because, again, he cash out. Jules tied a piece of rope, 10-foot long rope, around Yngvar and Magnus, because he's like, your job is to make sure he doesn't die, so we can make that money.
But then we forgot that the rope existed.
Yeah. You guys started doing shit that was impossible. Because we were on these stairs, and so I love like we just had like a straight line. And that's in that fight is when Jules started his perfect strategy of because I jumped off the stairs and hit behind him because it was like at an angle where like there was a back area I could hide behind it, and I just popped out and pop like with my Eldritch Blast, and then I hide. And I jump out, hit him, and then I hide.
Yeah,
worked out
unfortunately though that fight did hurt a little. We definitely demonstrated why we should not have done this level 1 because we probably would have lost pretty quickly because since we ran down in there so loud, the enemies were ready. They got surprise round on us. They actually got a few good hits with their arrows on Tuttle and Yngvar, but we took some hits. The tanks took some hits, but we survived.
It was like, it's whatever. You guys are,
yeah. Like... Tuttle started to demonstrate his savage but very subtle one-liners when he kills people.
Yes, that's his actual true power is one-liners when that's his. But we I don't know. I feel like we still did a good job though. We still blasted them pretty easily.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah. Definitely, like you say, it definitely been way worse if we were level 1 and we had done that. We would have gotten wrecked.
Oh,
Uh,
most certainly. It would have
and
because I think that me and Tuttle both took at least 10 damage in that fight
but I
each.
mean, you're big, muscly men. You can take it. You can take a few hits.
Yeah, level 3 we could have, at level 1 that would have left us in like, oh my god.
Oh Lord. Uh, yeah, he probably would have been dead really fast. Which don't as I said, hold your breath because it might still happen because because after that we were like, oh, let's just. There was a door that said danger.
Well, there were 2 doors.
Oh, that's right, but one door said danger.
So we're like, we'll check. No, Tuttle wanted to go through that door immediately, but we're like,
Yeah.
hold on, guy. Let's check out this room.
Let's check out the room that says no danger, which was just like I guess some leader's room. Like it just had
Yeah.
it had a code in there that was like really nice.
We found the code. I think
There were-
we found. Is that where we found that oily cloak, or is that?
Yeah, we found that cloak in there. We found some books on Morse code, which I'm pretty sure. I think we found that the codes was like some kind of way to signal other ships.
Yeah, some kind of ship signal called
Mhm.
code.
Mhm.
So imagine we're gonna find a use for that sometime in the
Yeah.
near future.
Definitely why I held on to it. And then we went into the danger room and it was full of skeletons.
Because obviously that's like a challenge.
Well, yeah, obviously if it says danger, there's obviously good loot in there. I mean, come on, where's your video game senses? That's obviously where you need to go.
Though, of course, when we first entered there, it was pitch black. We didn't actually see anything. And then, the skeleton started coming out of a wall somehow, which was obviously immediately sus about that wall.
Yeah, they totally vented.
Yeah. There was a bunch of normie skeletons. They weren't much of a problem, but there was like a skeletal alchemist with them who
that was the big issue.
he threw some acid at Yingvar and actually hurt. So Yingvar had to take him to school.
Yingvar did not have a good time the entire time. Let's also talk about how Jules couldn't kill anybody. Jules could do damage, but he never finished anybody off.
Yeah, he would soften them up, but he would never do enough damage to take anything down.
Yeah. So sad. I want him to look at me and say, "How do you want to do this?" But it never happened. Never happened.
No, that didn't happen.
But we dispatched them pretty well too.
Yingvar collected that skulls of the alchemist because he felt like that actually hurt. You're the first thing that hurt me a lot right now, so your skull's a trophy.
What's his plans for that skull?
Well, his skull and the skull he collects later. Once they're done with this and he has free time, he's going to make like an actual like ritualistic offering to his god, the Allfather.
Okay. Jules in his free time is just gonna get drunk and try to make more money. But anyway, we figure out pretty easily because we all were like, all right, they're coming through a wall. There's somewhere that they're coming out of, and we discover the secret room, which I guess is where this alchemist's lab was.
Yeah,
because there was like test tubes and stuff. Yeah, all in there.
Like there was a lot of randomly like gold objects and a stone that our characters don't know what it is, but I mean, let's be real too.
We did find a book that said Philosopher's Stone in there, so I'm pretty sure
I don't think our characters have actually put that together yet.
No, I think we will. I know Jules is an idiot. Jules just makes stupid choices for money because his wisdom and intelligence I think are both a +2, so they're both at 14. But he he'll probably. My plan is whenever we have free time. Yes, he's gonna gamble stuff, but I definitely plan on reading some of those books as Jules because I think, especially with that Philosopher's Stone, I think that will lead to something.
Once Jules figures out what that is, he's probably gonna be like, "Free money,
free money." So what was that stone? Nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna hold on to it. I like the look of it.
To be fair, Yingvar probably won't give a shit because he's like, he won't put anything together. It's not glory.
Yeah.
It's not immediate gold. Like he's cool with the gold rose. Like that's probably worth money, right? But he's not the kind of person to really think far ahead for monetary gain.
Yeah.
He's more about the martial gain.
But so that was the end of that session. We ended it right there. But then of course we didn't do one for that session, so we're doing both sessions in this episode.
We ended that session with a short rest because
y'all were hurt. Y'all took some damage.
Yeah, us two tanky boys were I know both me and him have like 30 something max and we were both under 20, so we definitely needed to try to get some HP back. He needed to get his rages back, I needed to get my channel of divinity back, and you got a spell slot back because you're a warlock.
Do I? Do warlocks get spell slots back on short rest?
Yeah, that's the whole thing about warlocks.
Okay.
Yeah, like warlocks, they don't have that many spell slots,
They have
but
2
they make
or
up
3
for it.
eventually.
Well, they at level 17, they finally get 4. But that's their thing, is that they don't have many spell slots, but their spells are always at the max level that they can cast them,
Mhm.
and they get their slots back at short rests. So it's like they're powerful, but they are
Limited.
yeah,
Limited power. It's not unlimited power, it's
yeah.
limited power.
Like they're like short bursts of power, then they gotta take a nap,
Yeah.
then they're back.
Warlocks are cantrip machines. That's why Eldritch Blast is so like everyone's like every warlock is Eldritch Blast, but it's like that's because that's really all they have. That's their main damage. Is that
Eldritch Blast is amazing, but there are a lot warlocks, like their invocations are also very powerful.
Oh yeah.
Depending on which ones you take. Like there's a campaign I'm playing where we're a bit higher level, but my warlock has the Eldritch Sight, which gives you detect magic at will without a spell slot. So anytime I think there's a little bit of magic bullshit, I'm like, magic eyes.
Yep, that thing right there. That thing right there, I see it. But so we rested and then we left, and then we began to just start scouring the. We found another secret room, and I think there wasn't anything in there really, except for just
No,
like
yeah.
wine and.
We walked out into the big room where we fought the
Oh,
smugglers at
because
first.
yeah, I
And
forgot.
we're like, okay, there was a secret door there. Maybe there's a secret door in here. I think we tried to look around for random things. We didn't find anything. The Yingvar saw this piece of fucking meat just sitting on a fireplace.
Yeah.
He's like, I want that. So we picked it up to eat it, and for some reason that triggered a switch on the fireplace to open up a door. I'm like, meat switch.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, it's like, oh, hail the meats.
So naturally, every time we walked into a room and I saw a fireplace, I'd be like, "Is there a meat switch? Check for the meat switch."
Because that led to an oven. That led to the kitchen. Went through a trapdoor, led to the kitchen.
Yeah.
There. And
well,
then
it led to a wine cellar.
Oh yeah, that led to a wine cellar, which then left to a trapdoor to the kitchen.
I don't think that. Well, no, there was one decent thing in that wine cellar. We found a sword and shield. Like we found a dead adventurer. Right. He had sword and shield and a plate armor. I took the plate armor, which I haven't had time to equip, and we gave a sword and shield to Toddle. And then, did we get attacked by? Yeah, no.
There was. There's Grot Grubs. Yeah. See, there was so much combat in these two sessions, especially the second session, that like I'm trying to remember everything we fought. So yeah, there was Rot Grubs.
Rot Grubs came out of that corpse, and like as a DM and player, not as a character, I'm like, they want us to fight Rot Grubs at level 1,
right? I was like, what?
Like, I know what rot grub disease does. That is not cool, man.
They definitely wanted to make a challenge for level 1 players. Yeah, it's very interesting that because side note, this is just as play. So Saltmarsh, if you play it like how they recommend it, you start at level 1 characters, and each chapter is like a side story that takes place around or in Saltmarsh that you can continue these characters from. We said level 1, because I mean level 1, level 3 is very slow and very, I guess you would say it is kind of boring for experienced players, because really level 1 through 3 is just kind of teaching players how to play the game, and it's not to like level 3 to you actually start being like, all right, this is what my class can do. So we're like, let's skip to level 3. Let's start at level 3. Which of course Golden was kind of hesitant. He's like, well, I don't want you guys to smoke everything up and just go straight through it like it's nothing. But luckily, it hasn't been like that. It definitely has been, some struggle into it, but not to the point that we've been like running it destroyed. Because definitely, I feel like, yeah, I agree. If we were level 1 and did these fights, we would have got wrecked so fast.
Yeah, it would have taken longer to do things. We might have just straight up died on a couple of the fights. Yeah. But like, we like just did a quick skim through that first adventure, and we're like, yeah, no, we could probably do this at level 3.
Yeah, we were like, let's see what these things are leveled at, and we were looking at everything, putting together. I'm like, oh yeah, like even if we fought, like I think there's one fight, like you're supposed to be like level 2, level 3 in the book, maybe not level 3, maybe level 2, and if you actually fought it as like 4 level 3 characters, it's still like, this is deadly, like you're gonna get wrecked if you do this fight, and I'm like, okay, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, and you know what, we have had couple of painful incidents even as level 3s, so it was a good decision.
So we got through these rock grubs, and then we begin to explore. It led to the kitchen, which had the stairs nearby, and we expanded to explore the second story of this house, which really didn't have anything except for one room had spiders, which again was
Yeah.
not big of a challenge, but somewhat of a challenge for us. But the most important thing we found upstairs was we found, I can't remember his name. Some dude. I can't remember names at all. This dude we
Well,
met upstairs.
wait,
That was
there's
butt
another
naked.
important thing we found. Tuttle found a pirate hat.
Oh, that's right. He found a pirate hat. He had to make sure.
That's very important. But But yeah, the kitchen didn't have crap in it. We discovered the hallway that led to that front room, but the kitchen was boring. Most of the rooms upstairs didn't have stuff in them.
It was
They
empty
had
as fuck.
they just had junk, which we found some clothes and took that pirate hat. I can't remember that guy's name either.
I can remember. I'm gonna call him Ned. His name was Ned. We're calling him Ned.
Actually, you know what? I think that was his name.
Was it Ned? I'm just guessing. Ned sounds right to me.
It feels like it was Ned.
But he was butt ass naked, tied up and gagged in this room.
I thought he had at least his small clothes on.
Oh, did he? I thought he was naked. All right, well maybe he wasn't butt ass naked. In my story, he's butt ass naked.
Either way, he was close enough.
We I didn't untie him, but we ungagged him. We're kind of like, hey, what's going on? And then he said he was sent by some merchant, I guess, to like his boss is a merchant, and he was sent here to just scope out this house for like purchase or some reason. But then Jules did some insight on him, which I didn't share, but Jules' insight, because I feel like, you know what, I feel like, because I think you asked the very question that I was thinking was like, why would, if your boss sent you on here to like look at the locals and figure out how things are, why are you up at this haunted house? Like, why are you here then? And so I incited him, and yeah, I think my theory, because Golden was like, yeah, he's definitely not telling you everything. I think his boss is like another smuggler or somebody that wants to.
Yeah, he definitely name dropped somebody. I honestly didn't catch the name, but he definitely, like, once we started grilling him a bit, he kind of insinuated that he knew about the operations here, and he told us about a cave in the basement, and we're like, what cave? We were in the basement. We were totally there. What cave?
I definitely, after this review, have real Ed's teaching me, we should definitely take some notes.
Yeah, we need to take. I'm bad at taking notes. In my games, my players are bad at taking notes. Just last night, because we always had this problem when I started games. Like, what the fuck did we do? Because the way my games work, it's just But definitely told my players take notes. I'm going to be telling my new players Tuesday that we should be taking notes. It's something that
It does help.
It's something I need to get better at, and it's something I think that everyone should do because it helps. We're all adults. We all have busy lives. It's totally normal to forget stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like most DMs, I think are nice enough that they're like, all right, make a history check, and they'll tell you. But some DMs will be like, did you write it down? Do you remember? No. Guess you don't remember, and it's like, fuck.
Oh, there were two other great incidents that happened upstairs, though. Now I'm thinking about it. One, Yingvar fell to the floor.
Oh. You found the expressway down.
Yeah, they were like we were like walking on like the upper floor above the foyer to get to the room where Naked Boy was at, and I wasn't the first to go. I think it was Toddle. It was either you or Toddle went first, and you guys were able to percept that the floor was creaky.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't even percept it. You guys just made the deck save and
we just made it. Yeah, we walked across and we're fine.
And didn't bother to say anything to Yingvar. Yingvar steps on it with his heavy ass, gets like a freaking 5, and just breaks through the floor, makes a hole.
And Magnus also fell too, yeah.
Then Magnus fell through, even though we told him there was a hole there. Chat was like, nah, he doesn't pay attention. And also failed the roll. Then the other thing is that during that spider fight, Yingvar went down because one of the spider swarms crit him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It did like 19 damage. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
That was not what I was expecting to take in this room.
Oh my god. Yeah, just from tiny ass little spider swarms.
But then Toddle got up Yingvar, and Toddle told Yingvar he owes him a life debt.
Yeah, you owe him a life debt.
And Yingvar didn't really say anything to that, but Yingvar's like, he's got that in the back of the mind. He's an honorable dude.
I want to see where that goes. I want to see how.
There was actually a point when you guys were talking to Ned that Ned kind of felt like he was threatening Toddle a bit, and Yingvar was going to be like, "You about to get throttled."
Fucking throttle boy. But no, we let Ned go after we sussed him out. I didn't share anything when I sussed him out, but that's my theory, is that his boss is like some other pirate captain or smuggler, somebody actually, and that's why he's here. So we let him go. He ran off. I casted friends on him. That's how I did it too. He kind of tried to be more honest. I casted friends on him, so he's gonna hate Jules next time he sees him, but Jules don't care. But yeah, he's like, there's a cave with stuff, and we're like, there was no what. So we immediately like, I think we did. No, I don't think we did. I think we were like, go straight back downstairs, back to the thing.
I do believe that before we went down, we decided we should check the rest of the upstairs though.
Did we?
We checked the left side of the upstairs.
I couldn't remember if we checked it before we met Ned or after, but I know like we went to the left side and there was nothing. Like it was completely, there's nothing there.
I think we might have found a couple like, maybe some jewels or something,
like some items and shit.
There was definitely nothing of value.
Nothing that was like, oh, we should remember this. Yeah, because we went back downstairs and then we found the another secret entrance. This whole cellar area has so many secret doors in it.
Yep, it was on the south wall, which we didn't bother to look at all.
And so we went through there, and that led to a cave, that was a big, like, kind of a maze fight because there's a bunch of enemies.
Yeah.
And Jules, so kind of into Jules. Jules is a backstory and kind of his motivation is that Jules owes. He does work as a warlock, obviously a patron. So he has his patron. That he's not very open about, but he does do things for his patron. And so one of those things, he tries to recruit people to also work for his patron, not as a cult, but as something else. And so I was like, let me try to talk to these people. And they were like, nope, murder them all. Murder all.
Down.
I said, excuse me, you don't talk to me like that.
Oh, cats.
But yeah, we went murdering on these people. Murdering until we got to the end of it. And that's where we fought Big Boss Smuggler Man.
Yes, Sand Bullet.
Sand Bullet, Sand Belt.
Yeah, by the way that the striker described it, I'm pretty sure his name was supposed to be Samballet, but
Samballet.
French. It looked like Sand Bullet, and we're like, Sand Bullet? Yeah, it's Sand Bullet. But yeah, that cave fight, it started out pretty easy. Like one or two dudes coming at us.
Yeah, and we're like killing them in 1 or 2 hits. Like one person would attack, the next person attack, and they'd be dead.
Then we got to the last room, and there were like 2 bugbears and like two archers, and then Sand Bullet.
Like, I just laughed because I remembered we got this fight, and like because how it was angled, it's like a snaking path, so like you can't it's not a big open area. So Toddle's already in there fighting. Then you were like, here I come, but you were staying in the way. And so I was like, all right, Jules just gonna rip an Eldritch Blast at him. And Striker goes, well, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you take it back. You can't see them. So if you shoot, you're gonna hit Yngvar in the back. And I said, Jules continues to shoot Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, which I didn't say anything at that point because I'm like, he's first DMing. I'll let him run it how he wants. But technically, what that should have been was that the enemy had like half cover.
At disadvantage on him or whatever. Or no, plus, what is it? Plus whatever AC? Is it plus AC? I can't remember.
It's AC.
Okay.
Half cover is plus 2 AC. 2/3 cover is 5 AC, and full cover is you can't hit at all. But I'm like, I might be a big boy, but if this hallway is 5 feet, like at least 5 feet across, he should be able to.
Oh yeah, definitely. We could stand shoulder.
Yeah, I would have given you the cover, the enemy a cover bonus, and then I would have had it like if you missed, then we have to see if you hit me or not. But we're in the moment. I'm like, I'll just let him do that.
Just let it hit me. I'll let it hit me.
I'll let him hit me, and then just like give you that that scornful look, like what, like.
Well, and I tried to play it up because it hit you, and I was like, Magnus, be careful. You can't just hit people. Like I was like, what are you doing? What?
Just kind of looks at you like, I know what you did.
Yeah, but we're in this fight. But in this fight is when the first person went down, second person goes down, which again was you. You got knocked down this fight. And I love, so again, Jules is chaotic evil. Jules will not do something to help someone else unless in the end it's to benefit him. Like he's not going to go out of his way to do things unless it benefits. So I was like, and so in my mind, I was like, all right, so Magnus or Toddle will get him up because they're both good, whatever. They have good in their morality. Both these guys said, fuck Yngvar, we're fighting. And I was like, uh, 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 please, someone help him. He's dying. He's bleeding out. Please.
Yeah, I got a well, no, I went down twice in that fight technically. I went down in like the Y section of the hallway from
Oh,
just
did you
like
really? Okay.
getting shot and stuff, but I was given a health potion and I got back up. And then we got down to like the bigger room where Sandboy was, and I went down just because there were a lot of things trying to hit me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
these archers actually seem to have some good aim, so I'm probably gonna go down again. And look
Well,
at that, I went down again.
yeah, I think we were talking this earlier. What I said, my plan was if they really didn't try to get you up, because I was really expecting their characters to do it, but if they had decided we're not doing it, I definitely was gonna play it that Jules was like, well, that's another body between me and taking damage, so I want him to stay alive. So I would have came and got you. But I was like, all right, hopefully, which finally Magnus was like, all right, I got you. I'll come heal you. Because Chap was like, I didn't play a cleric for a reason. I don't heal in the other campaigns a cleric. I didn't play a cleric, so I'm not going to heal at all in this campaign. And here I am giving him a potion.
And then, well, he did give me my own potion that was on me, so there's that.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, definitely. Jules be kind of hard pressed to use a potion of his own to be like, do I like you that much?
I can't remember if it was Jules or Magnus decided to do the stack maneuver on top of.
I think it was Magnus. No, I did. I got on top of Tall's shoulders, and then I think Magnus straddled your body to shoot over your dead body as you're bleeding out. He's like, all right, stand on top of him and shoot real fast.
Yeah. But once Ingvar did get up, he was like, he sees the big enemy, just ignores everything else, walks up to that guy, and Ingvar dropped everything he could on this guy.
Everything you could. Yeah. So, but the other stack thing we're talking about, before we get to the part where Mortal Kombat finished this man, fatality, is literally I was like, you know what, for fun, I said I want to climb Turtle's back, and so Jules is just on top of this giant turtle, just shooting Eldritch Blast at people while he's just swinging away. Great image in my mind. But yes, then you came and you annihilated Sand Bullet.
I decapitated him with a spicy divine smite, and
very spicy.
Took his head. And then we still actually had a one dude left, but we're just like, come on, man. Naturally, he got jobbed out pretty quickly. Then I believe
that was it.
That's we didn't we loot.
Oh, we did. We looted him. I think he just had money on him. I don't think he had anything that was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I think they just have money. And then you gut checked Jules for shooting you in the back. Oh no, he had loaded dice. He had loaded dice.
He had loaded dice. He had some other magic item. Crap. I don't remember. I don't remember what magic items he had, because there was a couple. But there were some custom loaded dice, which you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So Ingvar walks up to Jules and gut checks him with the shield for wounding him, and then refusing to do anything about it, and then drops the dice on him.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. I have some more stuff to gamble with now.
Also, at some point, actually, I think it was in episode 1, in one of the rooms, we did find a bag of holding somewhere.
Oh, that's right, because you all were talking about putting stuff in bag of holding.
Yeah, Ingvar has a bag of holding that he's been putting stuff in.
We also found 40-something gold in one room, but luckily Jules' deception was high enough that I was just like, we only found 5 gold, and he started raking all the gold in his own bag.
Yeah, there was definitely some other items that we found, at least in the room where Sam.
Nothing crazy. I can't remember anything other than the loaded dice. Like I said, I think it was very like just weapons and stuff, but nothing that was like, oh, you found this legendary. Like it was very basic.
Yeah, it was. Dang it. You know what? I don't know, but I
don't think we did. Nothing sticks in my mind.
I think though we stopped there for that session. I believe we are currently resting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if we're taking a long rest.
We're taking some kind of rest, and the cave, this mansion's still not done yet, because there does appear to at least be some extra bit of cave to explore.
Yeah. We'll
which
see what
I
that leads to. Why should that not even be
personally
the boss? Why should that not even be the boss? Why should there be like a bigger dude in there somewhere?
personally I'm assuming that we have yet to find like the outlet of this cave because like
That's right. Well, 'cause that's a good thought. Because I mean, think about it. Where they're smuggling, and everybody thinks this house is haunted, so obviously they're coming in and out of this place without people realizing they're coming in and out of the house. So there has
yeah.
to be somewhere that they're coming in and out of, and I bet it's in. I think you're right. I bet it's in that cave somewhere. Ooh, what if it's like the Goonies and it's like a ship in there, bruh? One eye Pete or One Eye Willie. That's what it was. We're gonna go see One Eye Willie.
It could be a ship, or it could be maybe just just a dock at the moment, and
Could
maybe
be
we
something.
wait.
But I bet it's some under like secret cave with like ships going to. I
Secret
will say
tunnel.
secret tunnel. But I'm telling you, Jules is mad sus. We called him Steve now because Steve said there was ghosts, and obviously there's no ghosts. It's not haunted. This is not a
There
haunted
were
house.
there
So
were
I wonder
skeletons.
if Steve. Well, I wonder if Steve is a smuggler and he tells that story to keep people away from the house.
It could be,
So
or
Jules can
he
speak to him when he gets back.
or he stumbled into the skeleton somehow.
But he said there were ghosts with red eyes on the top floor and they came swarming at him. Like he said it literally, like he described a banshee. That's why I think he's in on it. I think he's lying.
Yes, that could be it. Also, I discovered the other thing that we had
What do we
found
get?
the pipe of remembrance.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's I'm like looking through my inventory. I'm like, what is it? And I didn't notice it at first because it's not a uncommon. Or it's a wondrous
Unique?
item.
A wondrous item. That's what it's called. Yeah, wondrous
So
item.
it's common. So it's not colored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was it for that session. This video's kind of long. We're pushing 40 minutes, I think, right now.
But we're stuffing 2 episodes.
Yeah,
in
let's
here,
do
so.
episode 1. So, yes, next week we'll play and we will have another Tavern Tale. We'll try to keep these up that way they're not so long. But I apologize to Faded for editing this because it's a longer video. I also apologize about the weird cut in the end. I don't know what happened. Some reason my recording software just said we're stopping it. So I apologize about that, guys. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys next week in the Tavern Tales Salty Stories. I think I'm sticking with Salty Story. The Salty Stories. And yeah, anything else you want to add?
Salty stories or salty tales?
Salty Tales. The best flavor. All right.
No, I think we're good. We went over a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of combat. I think we'll have a lot of roleplay next session, depending on how far away we're doing this. We'll have a lot of roleplay, but anyway,
well, you know what? I think we have plenty of role. Like we roleplay as we are going. We haven't really had too many chances to like have just a sit down heavy roleplay thing because of we've been in this mansion this whole time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
All through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading, soldiering on in sorrow and fun? And this is Crit Force One.